Hi friends, my name is Christine Boyle and I am on staff with Young Life Capernaum, Cleveland South. So what's Cleveland South, you're probably wondering? Well, Cleveland South is Brecksville, Broadview Heights, North Royalton, Strongsville, Parma, just to name a few. Capernaum, which some of you are probably like, what the heck's Capernaum? Capernaum is one of the first places that Jesus did miracles, and it's a city that he did a ton of miracles in the Bible. And so what is Young Life Capernaum about? It's about reaching kids with intellectual disabilities ages 14 to 22. So we do basically everything that traditional Young Life does, but we do it saying we believe that kids with disabilities and young adults with disabilities can respond to the gospel just like any other kid. We believe that this is an unreached people group that is often overlooked and doesn't even usually get the chance to hear the gospel and have an opportunity to respond. We believe that these kids belong, that this isn't just about inclusion, but that they actually belong and are needed in the body of Christ. So I've been on staff for going on my start of my fifth year, just completing my fourth year. And I am absolutely a cheerleader and passionate for Young Life Capernaum. And let me explain to you why. So 20 years ago was when I first had my very first experience with Young Life. I was a week away from leaving for college and I found out that I was pregnant. And I ended up making an appointment for an abortion and ended up giving my life to Jesus in that abortion clinic. So Jesus saved my soul and saved my baby. 3 days later, I found myself in a restaurant sitting down with what I know now and knew shortly after that was a Young Life leader. It was a woman who had just taken the position in Cleveland to start Young Life's ministry to teen moms. She sat with me, she loved me, she shared the gospel with me, she shared the hope of Jesus Christ with me. And I'll tell you what, this was a season of my life where most people were walking away from me. And here was this woman who said, no, I'm going to come alongside you. I'm going to love you right where you're at. And I'm going to walk alongside you through this hardest season of your life. And she did that for 5 years. So as you can imagine, Young Life is absolutely amazing to me, precious to me, and has impacted my life for eternity. Fast forward, and I have 2 kids with disabilities. As a mom of kids with disabilities, I can tell you that, yeah, there's a lot of great programs out there. There's fun organizations. There's fun dances that we get to do with our kids. But when I started to learn what Young Life Capernaum offers to students with disabilities, it became abundantly clear to me that no one is doing what Young Life does. So what makes Young Life Capernaum so different? Here's what it is. Leaders are hanging out with kids. They're using the traditional Young Life humor and fun, crazy games, taking them to camp, zip lining, doing the ropes course, having campaigners, Bible study with these kids, doing all the normal Young Life things, but doing it in a way that these kids can understand the gospel and understand that Jesus wants a relationship with them. And these leaders are hanging out with these kids and just building true, trusting relationships with them. As a mom to 2 kids with special needs, I can tell you that not everyone wants to hang out with my kids. My kids don't have friends beating down the door to come play with them. And so to have leaders who have built relationships with my kids, who care about them, who show up at things that are meaningful in their lives, it's amazing, it's beautiful, and it is absolutely unique. I can tell you that in Young Life Capernaum, we believe that every kid, young adult with an intellectual disability has the ability from God to respond to the gospel of Jesus Christ. We know that, we believe it, I've experienced it. 2 years ago, I took my friend Carly to Young Life Camp, and Carly, using pictures alone, was able to put her trust in Jesus because she's autistic. She was unable to use words to do so, but Carly was able. And see, this is what makes Young Life so beautiful. This, again, isn't about inclusion. It's about saying you are needed. You belong in the body of Christ. And this is what makes me just love Young Life, is that when they say they're trying to reach every kid for Christ, they're really trying to reach every kid for Christ. So I can tell you it's an absolute honor, privilege, and delight to be a part of this ministry, to be on staff with this ministry. And I'm so excited to celebrate and join you in celebrating 50 years of Young Life in Cleveland. Thank you guys. Take care.